بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وعن ابن مسعود رضي الله عنه أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال إنها ستكون بعد أثرة. Abdullah bin Mas'ud radiallahu ta'ala anhu narrates that verily Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said that after me there will be discrimination wa umurun tunkirunaha, and there will be very many things that you will dislike. What we see today in the world, discrimination, that a person is not worthy of a particular position, but because he is known or because he belongs to a particular group, then he is given that particular position. So all over in the world there is discrimination, and there are many things that we see we are unhappy with, but really there's nothing we can do. So Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam had told us 1400 years ago that this is going to be the condition of the ummah. Qalu ya Rasulallah, Sahaba said, O Rasul of Allah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, fama ta'muruna, when this is the condition of the ummah, what you command us to do? Qal tu'adduna al-haqqa alladhi alaykum, that you discharge that right that is upon you. What you owe to other people, you fulfill their right. You don't say that this person has done me down, or these companies have done us down, or the municipality, they're stealing the money, so now we mustn't pay. So here, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, the right that is upon you, you fulfill that right. وَتَسْأَلُونَ اللَّهَ الَّذِي لَكُمْ, and you ask Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala for your right. What is your right? You ask from Allah ta'ala will fulfill your right. وعن أبي يحيى أسيد بن حدير رضي الله تعالى عنه أن رجلا من الأنصار قال, Hazrat Abu Yahya Usaid bin Hudayr radiallahu ta'ala narrates that a person from the Ansar said, Ya Rasulallah, O Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, ala tasta'miluni kama sta'amalta fulanan, will you not appoint me as you had appointed so and so? The commentators of hadith say, the narrator of the hadith, he is talking about himself. So he asked Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam that, Ya Rasulullah, won't you appoint me like you had appointed Hazrat Amr bin As radiallahu ta'ala? They say that the person referred to is Hazrat Amr bin As radiallahu ta'ala. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, فَقَالْ إِنَّكُمْ سَتَلْقَوْنَ بَعْدِ أَثَرَةٌ, that after me you will soon find discrimination in the people. That you think there's discrimination now, that why I appointed Hazrat Amr ibn As radiallahu ta'ala and I didn't appoint you. Now this is not the time of discrimination, this is the time of justice. Khairul Quruni Qarni, the best of eras is my era. So there's no discrimination at this time. But after I leave the world, then you will see discrimination in the ummah. But what should you do? You can't make sabr now. How are you going to make sabr then? Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, فَاصْبِرُوا حَتَّى تَلْقَوْنِ عَلَى الْحَوْضِ, make sabr when you see this condition until you meet me upon the Hawz al-Kawthar. That pond where Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam will give us water to drink tomorrow on the day of Qiyamah, inshallah. So until that point, a person, he must make sabr. So in today's time also, that the solution to the problem is we turn to Allah Ta'ala. We make sabr, fulfill the rights of other people. Whatever is our right, we are done down, no problem. We turn to Allah Ta'ala, Allah Ta'ala will give us barakat in our life. وعن أبي إبراهيم عبد الله بن أبي أوفى رضي الله تعالى عنه أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم في بعض أيامه التي لقي فيها العدو. Abu Ibrahim Abdullah bin Abu Awfa radiallahu ta'ala narrates that on one occasion Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam met the enemy. انتظر حتى إذا مالت الشمس قام فيهم. Nabi alayhi salam, when he met the enemy, he waited until the sun moved away from the zenith. When it moved away from the zenith, then Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam stood in them. Because normally when it's a time of zawal, particularly in the Arabian peninsulas, it is extremely hot. So it is difficult for the mujahideen also. So Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam waited a little bit, let it cool down a little bit, then it will become easy for the mujahideen. So he waited until the sun moved away from the zenith, then Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam stood among them. فَقَالَ يَا أَيُّهَا النَّاسِ, then he said, O people, لَا تَتَمَنَّوْا لِقَاءَ الْعَدُوِ, that don't desire meeting the enemy. Never ever have the desire that I want to go and fight the enemy. Yes, if the time of jihad has to come, then we must be prepared to give our lives. But we don't desire this. Because a person that desires to meet the enemy, that is the indication that he is relying on his strength. We rely on Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala. Thereafter Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, وَاسْأَلُ اللَّهَ الْعَافِيَةِ, ask Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala for afiyat. Afiyat means well-being. This is a very great dua. If a person, Allah gives him afiyat, his dunya is sorted out, his akhirat is sorted out. So well-being in the health of a person, well-being in the dunya of a person, well-being in the akhirat of a person, well-being in the outward condition of a person, or in the inward condition of the person. All this is included in afiyat. So Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, ask Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala for afiyat. Don't desire to go and fight the enemy. فَإِذَا لَقِيتُمُوهُمْ فَاصْبِرُوا, when you meet the enemy, then at that time you make sabr, you be steadfast, you persevere at that time. وَاعْلَمُوا أَنَّ الْجَنَّةَ تَحْتَ ظِلَالِ السُّيُوفِ. And know that verily Jannat is under the shade of the swords. In what hadith Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, Jannat is under the feet of your mothers. And here Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, Jannat is under the shade of the sword. Meaning, don't give up jihad. Continue making jihad and continue till the day of Qiyamah. ثم قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. Then Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, he made dua. And here we learn how to make dua. That when we make dua to Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, always start praising Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala first. In dunya, when we want something, we praise the person. And when that person is happy, now happily he will give it to us. So when we ask Allah Ta'ala, shouldn't we make Allah Ta'ala happy? So here Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, Allahumma munzil al-kitab. O Allah, you are that being that sent down the kitab. Wa mujri as-sahab. O Allah, you are that being that sends the clouds. Wa hazim al-ahzab. And you are the one that destroys the armies. Ihzimhum wansurna alayhim. O Allah, you destroy them and you assist us against them. Inshallah.